Okay, the stream is live. It just went live.
Okay, so let's refresh the Instagram as well to check. I don't think it's connected to Instagram.
Okay, let me see if I can add Instagram to it. I don't know how. I don't know how they would. Can you join IG too on the side?
Yes, sure. The
Hi,
Instagram
good
is not
evening,
live.
everyone. Welcome to today's session. Today, we're going to be talking about basic skills that are costing you your job opportunities. So, we're going to be talking about basic skills that are costing you job opportunities. Hi, welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining. How is it going? How is it going with us? How is it going? I hope we are well. I hope the weather is also very good where we are. Beautiful. Thank you. Hi, Deborah. Welcome to today's session. Welcome. I hope we are well. So today I'm going to be joined by a guest speaker in person of Afiz Azana. We're going to be talking about how some very basic skills are costing you job opportunities and what you can do about it. Right. Where are we joining from and how are we doing while I'm trying to add my guests to this session? By the way, we are live not only on Instagram, but on Facebook, on TikTok, and on LinkedIn as well. Right, so let me see. Let me try to accept my guest for the day. But how are we doing and where are we joining from? Where are we joining from and how are we doing today? But how are we doing and where are we joining from? Right, so I think we're getting some feedback. You probably might want to mute the other one and leave the IG. Right. Although we still can't see you yet. But guys, how are we doing? How are we doing? How was our week? Where are we joining from? Let's drop where we are joining from in the chat box. In the comment section, let's join where we are joining. Let's add where we're joining from. And his desired role for quite a while. And I think he wasn't even getting interviews at first. And then there was this time he now got an interview, which was actually like, it was a very big milestone for him. And then he was then given this task to work on. And the task was related to product pricing or something like that. And he was given a spreadsheet to work on. And it was such a shock to him because he didn't know that as a product manager he also needed to have Excel skills, right? And He was now looking elter skelter for who could teach him Excel within, or who could teach him Excel within, such a short time. And from this story, I draw a very strong point, which is the fact that most of us always wait till the last minute before taking steps and action to help us prepare for opportunities that abound. It's always better to be even over prepared for your next job than to be under prepared. Most roles, regardless of the title of the roles in this 2025, wants you to have multiple skills to bring to the table. They want you to have they want you to have multiple skills to bring to the table. They want you to be able to analyze simple data. They want you to be able to capture data. They want you to be able to provide simple summaries, right, of your tasks, in reports, in tables, and all of that. But before we get very deep into conversations around, I'm going to quickly introduce myself. My name is Ruki, and I'm the CEO of RKY Careers. At RKY Careers, we help professionals acquire in-demand tech skills to either elevate their career or transition to tech. We have a range of courses from digital marketing to product management to business analysis to project management to data analysis, as well as compliance KYC, and a very special training for everyone in Excel and PowerPoint. In the last couple of months and years, we've boasted of over 2,000 success stories of people who have engaged in our boot camps and enrolled in our courses and landed their desired roles. I won't say, don't take my word for it. Visit our page and scroll through yourself. See the groundbreaking success stories that we've recorded over the years. And how have we achieved this? Is because our approach is very different. Our approach is support focused, community focused, because we go the extra mile, regardless of the course you're enrolling for, to give you practical work experience, working on projects, to stand out, and to actually thrive on the role. So that's just a little bit about me. I'm going to allow my guest for today also introduce himself, and tell us about himself.
Thank you. My name is Azana Fish. I'm a finance manager, data analyst, and a trainer. So basically, I'm an advocate for upskilling and then transforming your careers. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for that. And that's you being humble with your intro. Right. So please tell us, can you also relate to the fact that, professional, or do you also have like a similar story either for yourself or someone who has lost a very big opportunity just because of their inability to apply very basic skills that, yeah, very basic skills, really.
Okay, so thank you. I started telling people's story. The one story that I can relate to, which is mine, before I learn how to use Excel, is that I have gone for several interviews, and then what happens is that you are going to be asked to do this task, and I'll eventually do it, and they'll come back to tell me that I didn't meet up right. And there are times that even me myself, I try to do some tasks in Excel, and those things are just not forthcoming. Right. So I'll waste times on it trying to get it done. And sometimes I'll just get tired thinking I'm productive, right? My work is difficult, my job is difficult. But when I learn how to use Excel, things really change. Trust me, I became really clear about tasks, and then I was very curious about how to be very efficient. Right. And aside my story, I have a couple of people as well. I can tell their story. When they go for interviews, they just come back and say, oh, wow, I wish I'd learned it on table. I wish I'd learned how to use something. That's what they ask of. And I show them this is how to do it. Like, this is, they don't know it's this simple. And I look at it, they lost opportunities as well. So these are the things that happens when we fail to take advantage of these tools while we have the opportunity. Because I'm an advocate that says that, right, it is better for you to be prepared now and not have an opportunity than not to be prepared and the opportunity shows up. Because the truth is, that opportunity will eventually knock at your door. And the big question is, are you ready to seize it?
Right. Thank you. Will you be ready, guys? Can you confidently say that when your next interview comes knocking at the door, will you be ready for, will you be ready to take up the challenge? Will you be ready to pass the interview? Will you be ready to roll your sleeves and work from day one? That's a question you need to ask yourself, because guess what? There are so many opportunities. There are so many opportunities out there. But the thing is that requirements and criteria to qualify for these opportunities are getting tougher and tougher, and the more skilled are the ones that landing the job, which also takes us to recent updates, right? So being upskilled, being trained is no longer strange. It's no longer like a what's it called? It's no longer like a I don't know whatever you want to call it, but yeah, is now a necessity because even the UK government has recognized the fact that highly skilled professionals are the only ones they want in their country. And you won't blame them because guess what? Everybody wants value. Even an employee, I mean, even an employer that wants to bring a new employee on board wants to be sure that when that employee comes on board, they're going to have even more value than they anticipated or even thought about in the person, which is why continuous development is also very important. So even if you're not looking for a job, if you're not trying to change roles, continuing to develop yourself, learning more things, getting yourself more acquainted with more tools, more skills out there is non-negotiable. It's not negotiable because you can't get redundant, even if such that you'll be so powerful if you're highly skilled and you're confident in your skills, such that even if a company defines your role as redundant, that doesn't make you redundant. I know someone just recently who worked out on a job without having another job, and that's the power of being highly skilled. And today the person just was it not just 2 weeks ago I was catching up with this person, and he was like, oh, he left his current job. And this is a market that is tricky, right? At the moment, getting jobs is very competitive, right? But right now, this person has two offers, one an international offer and another one a UK local offer. So what are we trying to say? But this is because the person is highly skilled and the person is confident in his skills. So such that you're not defined by your role. You're not defined by the current company you are working with and whatever they say your role is. You are defined by what you bring to the table. And regardless of where you go, you would always have something to bring to the table. So that takes me to Excel and PowerPoint in particular. And that will make me introduce you very quickly to our training, our must-have training for everyone in Excel and PowerPoint. This is a 6 weeks training that takes you through Excel from basic to being advanced, as well as PowerPoint. You'll be able to do, pivot tables, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUPs, like even things that advanced, professionals would be able to do. Guys, so let me tell you a little bit story about myself as well. In my role, when I first moved to the UK as well, I also did, some upskilling to learn some, Python, learn this, because I used to be an analyst, or I used to be a finance analyst, but I used largely Excel in my previous roles. And then coming here as well, I wanted to mix finance and technology. So I went ahead, to do financial technology, learn all those tools and all of that. But guess what? What stood out when I wanted to get a job? It was good. They loved the fact that I had all of those other things to bring to the table. Of course, because for you to be the last person that would make it to get the job, it means that you've passed through a lot of hurdles, right? But on the job itself, the tool I was using day on day was Excel. There are so many roles out there that are like senior roles that all you need to do in that role, or all you need to use as an analyst, might just be Excel and SQL. It might just be Excel and Power BI. Even if your role does not have analysts behind it, being able to use Excel in 2025 is very important. Even PowerPoint, right? I know that there are so many AI tools out there now that can do slides for you in a minute, but guess what? We have gotten to the stage too where people are now being overwhelmed by AI outputs, here and there, and people can tell you, it's trolling. I don't agree with it, but people can tell when AI has been used to create a content. I can tell when someone has used Gamma to create a slide as well, But it's always good to be able to use AI tools, but the ability for you to customize it, to personalize it, lies in your own ability yourself, to actually know what you're doing. If AI creates something for you and you don't know what you're doing, you just copy and paste like that. But you need to be able to customize. Download your Gamma report into PowerPoint and fleshing it up. Don't make it to AI, all those pictures, all those artificial people in the in the presentation. Like touch it up. Anyways, I'm just going to ask again, our guests about, Excel and PowerPoint. Do you think these tools, do you think they are going extinct? Do you think a time will come where Excel will no longer, be required?
So thank you. I get to ask this question a lot, and my answer is always the same all the time. Whether we have AI or not, right? Excel is here to stay, PowerPoint is here to stay. Now, one thing people don't also know is that even in Excel, there is also an AI there, right? And those are the things you're going to be leveraging on. Even in PowerPoint, there's AI built in there. I mean, your company will not say because AI is there, they will not tell you, I go and do a slide for training
On
on
ChatGPT.
Canva. Go and do.
On ChatGPT.
No, they will not. Of course, they expect you to come to the boardroom with this slides. All right. So Excel is here to stay, right? And then because the developers of these tools, right, they also keep updating it. So and in a way that even when you learn it as of today, you still need to upskill yourself. And they are blending these tools with the reality, with the market, with the more problem solving, right? So it's here to stay practically, and then I feel like every professional, right, needs to need to set himself up for the success by learning these tools. It is not just a function of should I learn it? It is not a must have. Because let's talk about it. You want to be the go person in your company. You want to be the one that can get things done, right? You become valuable, and then you begin to set yourself for a success, right? By becoming more resourceful in terms of how to use these tools. We all have that person at one place. There is just one person that you want to do something, go to that person. Come on, you can also be guessing because these tools are easy to use if you learn how to use them proficiently. And I'm using the word proficiently because most of us claim we know how to use this tool.
Yeah.
Excel is just opening the sheets. It's not just opening slides and say that is it. You need to be able to design a powerful presentation that can command respect, that can show analysis in boardrooms. So again, this is just my one cent advice for any professional to ensure that they learn how these tools work. Regardless of AI or not, trust me, we can collaborate and work together with these tools. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And that last statement you made, or the second to last statement you made about people saying, "Oh, I can use Excel," and that takes me to our training at RQI Careers. Even though the training is for 6 weeks, at the end of the training, when you're applying to jobs, you can confidently say you've used Excel for 1 year. You know why? There are so many people that have used Excel for 5 years, and the only thing they can do is to type inside it. They just type. They don't even know how to add. They don't know how to use the equal to button. They don't know the shortcuts. They don't know all of these things. So sometimes some people, even if they are saying the truth and they say that they've used Excel for 10 years, you that learned it in an intense environment and did a lot of things with it, were able to build dashboards with it, right, can confidently say you even used it for 10 years while they can't. So it's not really about the number of times you've romanced Excel before. It's about what you can do with it. What can you do? And again, if you look at all these AI tools, why is it that you can export to PowerPoint on Gamma? Why is it that you can export? Why is PowerPoint? It means that they recognize the fact that these are like baseline tools that everybody must be able to use, regardless of the AI tool. Even ChatGPT will give you results that you can download, that you download into Excel, that you download into PDF,
Yes.
that you download into PowerPoint. That is to let you know that the base would always be the base. Excel there's just some things that you have to export into Excel for it to have meaning and all of that. And that takes me to the next point, which is the fact that how much does this training even cost? It's just £50 or 50,000 naira. The next cohort starts on that would be night. That would be when 20. That would be 14th, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the next cohort for the Excel training is starting on the 14th of June, and you don't want to miss it. Just in our last tech summit as well, one of our students, I don't know if I can't remember her name right now, but she just freely shared our experience in the Excel training, how she's been trying to apply for project management project management role, and she's not been able to land one, and joining the Excel training and putting up her dashboard that she did during the training on her LinkedIn and all of that. She got an interview, and when she got the interview, they asked her that how will she manage their planning and all of that in a spreadsheet, and she was able to quickly build the templates for them, and as a result, she got the job. So imagine, she has a skill that could command up to £60,000 for her per annum. But if she could not do that Excel template or whatever in a technical task, she would have lost that opportunity, which takes us to the topic of today, which is skills that are costing you job opportunities. You might have, an experience that should ordinarily give you £50,000, 30,000, £50,000, £60,000. But what is stopping you from getting that job is a £50 investment, a 6 weeks investment of sacrifice that you want to develop yourself and add value to yourself. And that shouldn't be the case. Rather, you should take as many complementary skills as possible to enhance your position, which is why at RKY Careers, when you join our boot camps, you have opportunity to get as many certifications as possible. Next week as well, we're going to be giving all our alumni, even the Excel people that paid £50, they are also getting free certifications after it. And this is not to say you should come and enroll for Excel because of the other enjoyment. So, but what I'm trying to say is that last quarter it was AI, and I can't count how many people got interviewed because they had AI certifications now listed on their CV. This quarter, we are giving all our alumni for free a cybersecurity masterclass, and it will come with a certification that they can put on their CV to show that yes, I'm also certified and know what cybersecurity is all about. I'm a data analyst with a difference. I'm a project manager with a difference. I'm a business analyst with a difference. I'm a marketer with a difference because I combine cybersecurity knowledge, AI knowledge with Excel and PowerPoint, as well as, with my digital marketing. And that is what you need to compete in 2025. Is a skill. And even guess what, the solution that the government here has found to the issue of what is training. Is still training. Train the people we have on ground, get them to be skilled, get them to be at par with the people that you are competing with them, basically. So that's why you can't even rest as well from training. You need to continue to develop yourself, you know you need to continue to develop yourself, basically, because the only thing people can't take from you is what you have in you, your skill set. Nobody can take that from you, right? So I don't know if we have any questions at all. I don't know if we have any questions at all with regards to the training, the start dates, right? And another thing is that, as other things you get as part of our Excel training, you get access to our LMS, right? For you get access to our LMS for um yeah, for up to 12 months, such that you can always come back to watch recordings. I know so many people that when they get interviews, they actually, or when they even land the job, when they get stuck in anything, they still have the LMS to quickly fall back on, right? To read, to watch, right? How to solve this problem, how to do this, right? We also have, you have to work on cases and projects to get practical knowledge, right? You get to do your own dashboard that you can post on your LinkedIn, right? You also get a community where you can get support, and there's so many other alternative courses you can explore as well. From after you're done with the Excel, you can decide that, I want to be a full-blown data analysis. I really love Excel. We've got the data analysis and business intelligence bootcamp you can enroll in. If it's project management you think is the core for you, that's that. If it's data analysis, we have that as well. And if it's digital marketing or compliance, KYC, AML, or Scrum Master Product Management, we are a full-blown academy and we've got everything, for you. So in the absence of any other question, do you have any final words for us?
Well, as usual, my final words is just basically telling us that our skills are like the bridges, right, between where we are now and where we want to be, right? And I want everyone to just remember that when you push yourself to upskill, right, to improve, to learn, you are building power, right? And every step that you have towards mastering this just keep getting you closer, right? So I want you to take action, go beyond what you think you know, and really learn how it works, right? Trust me, it's going to be a game changer for you. You can check for feedback from our alumni. It's been an awesome session. And to think that we're going to be taking you from basic beginners, so right, regardless of your level, to this advanced. So I would just advise you to give it a shot, and trust me, this is one-time investment that you feel I'm passionate, I am confident that it's going to be a transformative skill for your career. Thank you.
Right. So that there you have it, guys. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Right? Don't sleep on it. Take advantage of opportunities that abound. Take training, develop yourself. Even as an entrepreneur, you need Excel skills. I can't count how many times I have to do schedule for my VAT, schedule for my pay, for payroll, for this, for that. And it's because of my Excel skills. I don't need to outsource. Gone are the days when I want to do simple template, I'll send a mail. Can you help me? Do these templates, Can you help me do these templates? But we need to develop ourselves, really. And yeah, can you, I mean, we need to develop ourselves. And at this point, I would like to specially invite you to Limitless Without Borders, which is our annual event happening in 2 weeks, happening on the 21st of June. At Limitless Without Borders, we are bringing together professionals, founders, change makers, industry leaders in one room to actually share insights, strategies that would help you stand out and elevate either your career, your business, or whatsoever that you are passionate about. We've got a very big number of speakers, a very strong lineup of people across, career, business, tech, property, finance, and all of that. And you don't want to miss this opportunity to come network and, gain the knowledge and insights that will take you to the next step. Sometimes, people keep waiting for opportunities to knock on their door, but sometimes you have to get up and go after it, right? I've been doing that in my own personal life. I can't count how many networking events I've gone to from the beginning of this year, and guess what, they've not been futile. There's so many of them I've met with contacts that held the key to the next level for my business, for community and all of that. So make sure you are in that room, because it's the event of the year, really. It's the tech events and awards of the year. So at this point, I wish to see you in the Excel class starting on the 14th of June, as well as seeing you at Limitless Without Borders. Thank you so much, Afis, for joining me in this session. It's been great. I mean, as always, I'm always happy to share insights with as many people as would take it, to elevate their careers or their businesses. And I look forward to seeing you in my next session. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.